After uploading Elden Ring for about 2 months, we finally beat this game. The unexpected part? It was a lot harder than I thought. I hope you're doing well, and let's finish this game. We got one of the Haligtree medallion halves in the last video. I break this pot to reveal an NPC, who gives us the second half of the medallion. We can lift the secret medallion to reach the Consecrated Snowfields. Now this is basically winter, the location. This area can be blinding if it was day, but thankfully it was night. I'll skip over to fighting this knight's cavalry in the snow. There are 2 of them that you have to defeat to win the fight. I decided to fight one at a time for an easier ride. The flail version can give you blood loss, and the attacks are a bit faster. I mostly targeted the horse to knock the knight's cavalry down. When the knight was down, I repaused him and hit him to finish him off. The glaive version barely changed anything. I attacked on my horse for a bit before fighting it normally. His attacks may have longer reach, but we defeat him nevertheless. I know in the last video we fight the last Haligtree avatar. In this video, we fight the last putrid avatar. I decided to do something stupid at the end. It looked like it had no health left, so I started punching the putrid avatar with my bare fist. I just thought it would be funny to do. It did take some time, but we killed the last putrid avatar. I entered the Everjail in this town afterwards. This one is a bit different as you need to light 4 candles to complete this Everjail. However, there are very accurate archers and invisible assassins here as well. The first candle had no problems, same with the second one. Now the third one boosts the difficulty a bit due to there being 2 archers to deal with. Classic Dark Souls move there. I actually avoided all the arrows like I'm in the Matrix, and lit the 3rd candle. One of the assassins stabbed me before getting the 4th and final candle, thus leaving this Everjail. Doing this Everjail allows us to enter Miquella's Haligtree. This area wasn't that bad this time around. In fact, nothing much really happened on the way to the boss. I almost did get Scarlet Rot though. I grabbed an ancient Dragonsmithing Stone for some reason. Let's talk about the next boss, Loretta. Again. How many duplicate bosses have we fought so far? I don't like this version of Loretta. She seems to use a lot more magic than her ghost counterpart. Like with most bosses in this game, phase 1 wasn't too bad even with all the magic. Phase 2 is when the fight is annoying. She uses magic way more often and can fire 4 magic arrows instead of just 1. Her Loretta slash attack feels more delayed than it should be. With her glint blades as well, she probably killed me in one of the most unfair ways. I'm starting to think I should have put her in the last video. The second time around was much better, despite all the magic she threw in phase 2. Thankfully, in only 2 attempts, she went down. If you find yourself enjoying the content, why not consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel? Your support would help me make more videos and it helps this video get pushed for others to see. Back in the Ashen Capital, I paid the final boss a visit. Radagon of the Golden Order is probably one of the most frustrating bosses I've fought in a long while. He uses those lightning spears way too much, and he combos you like a Mortal Kombat character. I even use fire against him, which is what he is weak to. Halfway into the fight, he gets a teleport move. Let me just say that this teleport move is almost unavoidable. Even if you jump, you still take damage from it. If you think about dodging it, you get hit by the next attack you hardly see. It looks like he had no health left, but he grabbed me at the last moment. On the 3rd attempt, I actually managed to defeat Radagon. If you thought we beat the game, we still have 1 boss left. The Elden Beast is the true final boss of Elden Ring. While it does look beautiful, it doesn't justify how annoying this boss is too. Firstly, the Elden Beast runs away after every attack, forcing you to chase it down most of the time. At least we can ride Torrent to chase him down. Another annoying factor about him is the Elden Stars move. This move caused me to die against the Elden Beast. If you die on Elden Beast, you have to fight Radagon again. I even had to take a break from this boss to not get frustrated. These 2 clowns of a boss are probably the worst final bosses in a Souls game. You have one that combos you to death, and the other one just runs away and spams projectiles. All of the other final bosses in Souls games are better than these 2. I killed Radagon again and moved on to Elden Beast. I switched to the Rune's Greatsword to see if that favored better. which it most certainly did. Now that I'm looking back at the footage, the Elden Beast also loves flooding your stream with projectiles, like stated earlier. Since I died the last time to Elden Stars, let me explain what it does. It's a projectile that locks onto you with many mini projectiles that fly off of it. In this attempt, I was lucky to avoid the whole projectile. At the end, the Elden Beast fired his wave of gold, and we finally beat Elden Ring. I was extremely happy that it was over. Let's move on to the Brace of the Haligtree. The area itself wasn't too bad after what I went through. There was a little pool of Scarlet Rot that you can't avoid, but you can simply heal to not die by it. I picked up the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman for a 20% boost to my physical damage negation. For the last boss I will fight in Elden Ring, we face what people say is the hardest boss in the base game.
I am Malenia, Blade of Miquella, and I have never known defeat.
Would it be bad to say that I think Malenia is a much better boss than Radagon and Elden Beast? Anyways, Malenia attacks very quickly and does a lot of damage. Thankfully, she isn't very aggressive in phase 1. That doesn't mean it will be easy. One of her most infamous moves, called the Waterfowl Dance, can really mess you up. There's really nothing to complain about Malenia. I did die to her only once, but that was my actual fault. My problem was that I was being too safe in this fight. I have a 23-pound greatsword that can stun her in almost every hit. Even when she can dodge my wave of destruction, we still got her into phase 2. This may be a hot take, but phase 2 is easier than phase 1. Malenia being more aggressive allows me to get the fight done sooner. Although she does get a few new moves, and her Waterfowl Dance now applies Scarlet Rot. Another scary move she does is this Scarlet Clone attack. I mostly ran backwards and dodged when I was about to get hit by a clone. I can't believe that the hardest base game boss only took me about 13 minutes in 2 attempts, but the final bosses took me nearly 35 minutes in around 10 attempts. Malenia can also be knocked down by the Wave of Destruction. Shortly after, the Blade of Miquella went down. I completely forgot to get the ending for this game, but I really can't be bothered with doing that, or even playing this game anymore. Consider commenting below your thoughts and or opinions, and remember, we can reach for the stars while keeping our feet on the ground. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful and safe rest of your day.